So I was always like, why are these Latinos on my screen again?
Hello and welcome to another episode of PeroLike. I'm Alex.
I'm Monica.
And I'm Carolina.
And today we have a really great segment for you. We're going to be talking about our favorite thing in the whole wide world, being Latino.
On television.
What has been your experience with representation?
I feel like there's been a lot of stealth Afro-Latinos. Black actors, huge black actors that you don't realize are Latino until they come out and they're like, I am part of this as well. They have to make an announcement.
Like, hola. Have you found like an actor that is also like half Caribbean, half like Southeast Asian descent, or no?
Ooh, actors? I can't think of any off the top of my head. Brandon Perea might be
Oh, yeah.
close, because he's Filipino and Puerto Rican. And then, I mean, not an actor, but Kamala Harris.
Hey.
She's the closest mix to
I think
me.
I might have heard of her. I grew up watching a lot of like novelas. So I was always like, why are these Latinos on my screen again? It's because that's the only thing I watch. But then I think when I started like middle school and like, I think third grade specifically, that's when I really got into Disney Channel. Because that's when High School Musical came out. Oh, that's because Cheetah Girls 2 came out with Belinda.
Amigos. Oh,
who,
yes.
if you know...
La nanita, la nanita, la nanita, ella.
If you know me, I will die for Belinda. Since I was little, that was the first album I ever bought, was her Belinda pop album.
Growing up, Belinda is someone that I constantly see in novelas. And I would turn on, we see Cómplices al Rescate.
I felt so gaslit by my classmates because they were like, have you ever heard of Belinda? I'm like, excuse me, what do you mean have I, the only Mexican in my class, ever heard of Belinda? She is actually the president of my company. Yeah, she's the CEO. If you're watching this, Belinda, te amo. Eres mi héroe. Ven, te sientas aquí. I'll hold your hand.
For me, it was really interesting because I kept Latin American television and English US television separate. Like I would go from Sabrina the Teenage Witch to watching novelas with my mom at night. It wasn't until we started seeing movies that were blending in languages together. And that wasn't until like The She Leaves with America Ferrera.
Oh, gotta kick it up.
Gotta kick it up.
So at my grandmother's house, there would be a lot of novelas on, a lot of Spanish language television, but a lot of it went over my head. But I was asking you guys if you know what this novela is that she used to watch and I used to watch. There was a little girl, there was a nun, there was a rich woman who every episode she would wear all one color, and that color changed every episode. When the show was ending, there was this guy that had been a villain the whole time, and the little girl and the nun are like running through the jungle. He falls into a bed of quicksand and sinks through it and drowns. And the little girl and the nun get away.
Is it Carita de Ángel?
I don't know.
Oh, and there's a woman with a colored wig.
Oh my God!
That's her! Lisette Morelos.
Carita de Ángel. Yeah, we watched this one.
I used to always watch this with my grandma.
Oh, I love this.
But you know what? I will say that novelas have shaped me into the villain that I am.
The villain.
The super
villain.
villain we
The
deserve.
villain.
Teresa? Have y'all seen Teresa? I watched that show.
Mala.
I watch that show once a year because I'm committed to that woman. Entre ser y no ser, yo soy.
I love the intro songs. It's like 5 minutes of them just like slow close-ups. I'm over here knock the whole set down just to do my little novela intro. And it's like slow zoom-ins of them just like Teresa. Esa hembra es mala.
Ooh, that was good.
You have to do like a
villain.
laugh because you're the villain, so you gotta like, but I'm the villain.
If they're in love, this would be like, they'd be like, can you do rich and poor?
Poor. Rich. Poor. Rich.
What are some shows that you grew up with that were not in Spanish that like shaped and formed you?
Did you watch Zoom growing up?
Come
No.
on and zoom.
Yes!
Come on and zoom.
Yes! I love this show. It was a group of kids that would just like play games, and you could play along with them. They would put on plays. They would solve riddles. Can I give you guys one and see if you can figure it out?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Fanny Dooley drinks coffee, but not tea.
And that's the riddle?
Yeah. You have to hear a couple of them. Franny Dooley loves swimming pools, but hates water. Fanny Dooley loves books, but hates to read.
Is it 2 letters?
Yes! Yes!
2 letters.
Pools has
2 O's.
2 O's.
That's why I skipped the show, because it was making my brain hurt. I was like, what do you want me to do? There's so many kids. There were extra as heck, and I was like, nope.
Wait, is that a show?
They were extra.
Bring on Cyber Chase, because I want to do some math.
I love Cyber Chase.
Did you guys ever watch the Latin American version of Sesame Street?
No.
Oh,
Plaza
yeah.
Sésamo.
Abelardo.
Plaza Sésamo. Whee!
Plaza Sésamo. Abelardo's Big Bird's cousin.
Yeah.
From Mexico.
Is that
From
real?
Latin America. Yes.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Let me show you what he looks like. This is Alverar.
Abelardo.
I can't say that.
Festive.
That's not a Latin AF bird.
That's pretty Latin.
It's giving the colors of the set.
Yeah. Where is he?
For me, my grandmother had like 3 movies. So I've seen those 3 movies thousands of times. Did you guys have like a couple of movies that a grandparent had?
I remember watching Lilo and Stitch, Spider-Man also. I watched a lot of Disney movies dubbed.
It's funny that you say that because Mulan, I watched it in Spanish.
Yes, me too.
Mulan, actually, you know why I watched it in Spanish? Because I would go to the corner and we'd be having the pirated versions.
Oh yeah, shout out.
Yes,
My
yes,
Ratatouille
yes.
disc has a guy walking through the.
You can see all the people get out. I was like, what? The pirated movies, and you couldn't tell until the
Yeah.
people stood up in the theater and walked away.
Yeah, Ratatouille. Someone was stood up for a big chunk of the movie because I was like, what is going on?
You ready for mine?
What?
Okay. Dumbo.
Oh, sad
Something a little sinister.
Something
Yeah.
else that's
and kind of racist.
Titanic.
Good one.
What's the movie where Patrick Swayze is in drag?
Oh,
To Wong Fu was a classic. And then the last one was Oliver and Company.
I love. Okay, Billy Joel in that movie slaps. Why should I worry?
You guys know this already because I probably talk about it a lot, but for me, my grandmother had Space Jam. I can quote that entire movie from start to finish. And I now collect Space Jam merch because it's part of my personality.
Okay.
I love that. I really love that.
I have a lot of Space Jam merch. I was actually looking last night and I almost bought more stuff.
Everything?
And then I restrained.
I'm the same, but with Disney.
You know what? I'm glad that you guys were able to share these experiences
I
with
know.
me. And
It's like we held childhood hands.
All right, you have asked us questions, and we're here to give you Pero advice. So we have a question from Kim. She is 33, British Columbia, Canada. International advice. I'm half Salvi and half Spanish. My son is 1/4 Salvadorian, Spanish, Italian, and Japanese. Ooh, okay. We are having our baby, and they are multicultural, which I love. Parents and in-laws are always giving unsolicited advice. How do I politely tell them he's my child and go kick rocks?
Kick rocks!
I just say kick the rocks, girl. What if you just say like, oh, I will take that into consideration. Thank you.
That's what I was gonna say.
Is that polite?
I would nod and listen and be like, and then just not do whatever they said.
I say you look them in the face and say, this is my kid. It didn't come out of you. It came out of me. So I will decide what I do with my child.
Yeah.
Politely.
We got it with the hand. Thank you, but no thank you.
Thank you next.
There's the door.
Hopefully we have given you great advice that you will go on and tell your in-laws, hey y'all, chill. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch us on the next episode in the same place as always. Go to PeroLike official on TikTok, PeroLike on Instagram, PeroLike on YouTube, and follow us.
Here's
We're
our
everywhere.
handles.
Here.
Here.
Handles there.
Handles there.
Here. Let us know what you want us to talk about.
Yes.
And we have more Pero advice coming. So if you see the post and you want us to answer your questions or give you some advice, we post on our Instagram asking you guys to submit your advice questions and we will answer them.
We will.
See you next time. Bye.